In the early hours of the morning, when most people were still asleep, troops under Operation Hadin Kai moved quietly towards suspected terrorist hideouts in Borno State. The timing was not random. Dawn operations are often used to catch armed groups off guard, and this time it worked. According to multiple security reports, the troops made contact with ISWAP fighters, and a serious exchange followed. By the end of the encounter, several fighters were neutralized, while others abandoned their positions and escaped into nearby areas. Weapons and important equipment were recovered on the ground, including rifles and heavy support guns. These recoveries are very important because every weapon taken away reduces the strength of future attacks. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel right now because we break down security updates and national stories in a simple way everyone can understand. What makes this development more interesting is that this was not just one quick encounter. After the first success, troops continued their push and carried out follow-up clearance operations in nearby locations believed to be support camps. More resistance was met and more gains were recorded. Temporary structures used for planning and supply were discovered and dismantled. This shows a pattern. The security forces are not only responding to threats, they are also actively searching out hidden bases and disrupting planning points. That kind of pressure can slow down how fast these groups regroup and organize. Viewers, like and subscribe because your support helps this channel keep bringing you clear and useful updates without confusion. There was also another attempted early morning attack by armed elements in a different area where they tried to challenge a military position. Reports say the attackers even tried using small aerial devices to support their movement, but the troops on ground were alert and prepared. The attack was pushed back and control of the area remained with the security forces. This tells us something very important. The tactics used by these groups are changing, but the response is also adapting. Security operations today are not the same as they were a few years ago. Training, coordination, and technology now play a bigger role than ever before. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next update, and turn on notifications too. Now, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Operation Hadin Kai has been one of the major security efforts focused on the Northeast. Over time, the strategy has shifted from only defending towns to also carrying out targeted search missions, route patrols, and early-hour surprise movements. The goal is simple: reduce safe spaces for violent groups and increase safety for communities. When you see reports of dawn engagements, camp discoveries, and equipment recovery, it usually means intelligence gathering and field tracking worked together before the operation even started. Another key part of the story is cooperation. Nigeria has been strengthening defense partnerships with friendly nations, especially in training and equipment support. Strong partnerships can improve response speed, surveillance ability, and troop safety. Security today is not only about boots on the ground, it is also about information, air support, communication systems, and rapid coordination. All of that combined increases the chances of successful missions like the one we are discussing now. If you appreciate simple and clear storytelling like this, like the video and subscribe right now. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people. Let's also talk about the human side. Behind every headline are real people, soldiers on duty, local volunteers, and families living in affected areas. Many communities in Bono and nearby states have lived with uncertainty for years, so whenever progress is recorded, it brings a level of relief and hope. But viewers should understand that security improvement is often gradual. One successful operation does not end everything overnight, but repeated success builds momentum. It weakens harmful networks step by step and opens space for normal life to return. This is why consistent operations matter. Patrol today, clearance tomorrow, surveillance the next day. It is a continuous cycle. It is not always visible to the public, but it is ongoing. Stability grows from steady pressure and smart planning, not just one big event. Take a moment now, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants clear news without complicated language. Another thing many viewers ask is, why do these encounters often happen very early in the morning? The answer is simple. Movement is easier to track, surprise is stronger, and visibility conditions can favor trained units using modern equipment. It also reduces risk to civilians because there are fewer people moving around at that hour. Planning the time of engagement is just as important as planning the location. We will keep watching how these operations develop and what they mean for safety across the region. Your voice matters too. Do you think increased early-hour operations are making a difference? Do you believe stronger defense partnerships will help long-term stability? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. Don't wait till the end. Take 1 second and do it so you stay updated. Another important part of this situation is how information flows. Most successful operations today are built on tips, surveillance, and pattern tracking. It is not only about strength, it is about smart timing and correct location. When troops move at dawn and meet their targets accurately, it usually means there was solid information ahead of time. This also shows growing coordination between field teams and intelligence units. Better coordination leads to shorter engagements and faster control of the area. For people living in and around affected regions, these updates matter a lot. Each successful disruption can mean safer roads, safer farming access, and safer market activity. Many daily activities depend on security conditions: travel, trade, school attendance, and local business. So while headlines may sound brief, the impact on normal life can be wide. If you value updates that break this down in simple English, like the video and subscribe. Your support helps more people see verified and easy-to-understand reports. Let's also talk about troop readiness. Modern operations are no longer only about numbers. Preparation now includes night vision tools, area monitoring support, rapid communication, and medical response readiness. That is why you often hear that after an engagement, troops quickly secure the area, check for hidden equipment, and document recoveries. Every recovered item can provide clues: where supplies came from, how groups move, and how they communicate. These clues help shape the next operation. Another thing viewers should understand is that follow-up operations are just as important as the first contact. After a camp is cleared or a position is secured, teams usually return to scan the wider zone. Why? Because support routes and supply points are often nearby. Removing only one point is not enough. The network around it must also be weakened. That is why you often hear reports mentioning secondary clearances after the main engagement. Go ahead and like and subscribe now and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss ongoing updates. Many people also ask whether these efforts are making progress overall. The honest answer is that progress in security comes in phases. There are periods of strong gains, periods of resistance, and periods of rebuilding. What matters is consistency. Regular disruption of harmful networks reduces their ability to plan large actions. Over time, this creates space for reconstruction, community return, and economic activity. It is a long road, but steady pressure is a key part of the journey. There is also growing focus on cooperation between security forces and local communities. When residents feel safe enough to share observations, response becomes faster and more precise. Trust and communication between civilians and security teams often make a major difference. Safety is strongest when information flows both ways. Before we wrap the next segment, like the video and subscribe. It really helps and it keeps you connected to reliable breakdowns like this. Looking ahead, viewers should expect more targeted early-hour operations, more equipment recovery reports, and more focus on mobility control, meaning watching movement routes and supply paths. These are signs of a strategy aimed at limiting regrouping ability. When regrouping becomes harder, long-term stability becomes more possible.